Hey everyone, 2025 is a wrap. So I just wanted to take a few minutes to go over my trade results for 2025. As always, we are not broker-dealers or financial advisors. Past performance is not indicative of future performance. Investing in options trading does involve risk. Please pause the video or go to our website to read the full disclosure. So as far as my results go, this is kind of the total recap here, broken down in the different categories as I've been reporting each month. So first off, quick on December. December was a really good month, a little over 57,000 in booked profits, which besides March and April, which had six-figure and almost six-figure months on the directional day trading. Besides those 2 months, this was my best month. Which is awesome to end the year that way. My 0 and 1 DTE category made a little over 12,000. My British Iron Condors was the biggest driver of my profits, and that was over 41,000. And I had a $31,000 month in October, but that was primarily due to a day when the market just got crushed. My shorts got stopped, and my long puts just printed a bundle. And so this month, nothing like that happened, right? So this was just pure 0 DTE premium selling for the most part. So which, if you look at, besides that October month, my next best month was like 12K. So almost over 3 times as much. So by far my best month on the British Iron Condors. Mahomes had a good month, a little over 7,500, even though he's on the IR with his torn ACL. He's still printing money for us. So good month for Mahomes. Small profits on calendars, plus 1,400. Transformers, plus 1,700. I was red on my directional trades, minus 6,500. And then on other, which was a couple of earnings plays, minus 549. So plus 57,578 for December. As far as my year goes, 0 and 1 DTE, a little over 36K. British Iron Condors came in as my number 2 profitable strategy, a little over 91K. Price action BICs and WUGOs, these are things that I was doing early, and I just kept them on there, but I hadn't been trading them. Plus 4,700, plus 2,600. Mahomes, plus 19K. Calendars, a little over 6,000. I stopped doing those overnight in around April. I still did some intraday ones and just some small profits. So plus 6,300 on the year on those. Transformers, this is primarily 1 DTE. Earlier I was doing a bunch of different transformer strategies, but really since call it April or May, these are almost all 1 DTEs, a little over 42,000 on the year. So I have some 1 DTEs in here as well. That I either closed for a loss or closed for a profit, and then these are 1 DTEs that I transformed. So I didn't break those out, which I guess I probably should have to kind of get a little bit more specific on those. But anyway, on the transformers, total a little over 42K. Option selling, didn't really do much of that lately. Early on, I was doing some longer duration option selling, so minus 8,300 total on that. And then my biggest winner, directional trading, mostly day trading, buying puts and calls on individual stocks, doing some SPX verticals, but primarily directional on kind of your active traded stocks. So 346 on that category. And then other, which is primarily my earnings plays. It's really just something to do. Definitely not part of my core strategy. And I kind of assumed it would be kind of a break even type deal, and that's how it ended up. A little over 1,700. So plus 543,058 for the year. So pretty happy about that. Before I go on, I want to jump a little bit more into the British Iron Condors. I ran a report because I trade this via TAT, Trade Automation Toolbox, and this is the only thing that I trade in that Interactive Brokers account. So I ran a report on Interactive Brokers to break down this a little bit more in detail for the year. So you can see on that account, so the first part of January 2025, the account was right at about 121K. You can see it ended at 217. for a total change of plus 96,000. Now you might be wondering, why is this 96,000 and the spreadsheet shows 91,000? Well, the difference is I earned some interest of about 5,200 on the cash in that account, so that's the difference there. But here's the breakdown. About 80% return. This is the last 5 days, last 10 days, doesn't really matter. My best one-day return was that October 10th. The account grew by over 21% that one day. Worst one-day return, June 10th, minus 5.72. But you can kind of see the breakdown. So we'll continue to do everything with the British Iron Condors very similarly. But I thought that was just cool, the way that Interactive Brokers I was able to run that report. So I wanted to give a little bit more detail. It also gives kind of a Sharpe ratio, standard deviation, max drawdown 13.5%, and that peak to valley drawdown was from February 21st through March 20th, so about a month. Fees and commissions, a little over 25K. And anyway, that's kind of the breakdown on BIX. So I figured I'd share that in a little bit more detail because I do have, my other accounts, I kind of do different strategies. So it's a little bit harder to get a clean kind of statistical report on each strategy. But with this one, this is the only thing that I trade in this account are those British Iron Condors. So that's it for 2025. As far as 2026 goes, I want to just say a couple things. One, I'm going to continue to obviously do my directional day trades. I have scaled down my size significantly. When you're in a period of lower range days, it's definitely more difficult. I thought December was very difficult, and you can see that in my performance, as it was my only red month, which kind of makes sense that my 0 DTE selling and my British Iron Condor 0 DTE premiums, that was my best month. So, if things aren't moving, 0 DTE Iron Condors are going to do awesome. If things aren't moving, it's going to be really hard to directional day trade. So that performance kind of makes sense, right? But I will continue to focus on that. I've laid out kind of my plan in the community as far as, just taking a maximum of 3 trades a day, just continuing to be extremely disciplined with my trade size, all that kind of good stuff. You can listen to more about that in my day trading channel, in my trade plan channel. As far as 0 DTE, I really, I'm going to keep doing my British Iron Condors the same. That's been really good. But as far as my discretionary price action Iron Condors and things like that, I'm really wanting to ramp that up in 2026. Now, we're currently at a VIX 14, VIX 15 as I'm recording this, so not necessarily the best time to start just loading up on short premium, in my opinion. But I definitely am going to kind of have that as a heavier focus in 2026 to really try to get this part of my revenue, this part of my profits, a little bit more consistently higher. I'd really want to get this to be, a little bit more in this range here, like I had in December, kind of 12 to 20, maybe even scale up to 20,000+ a month in that category. So that's going to be kind of my main change of focus. Whereas, a lot of these months I had very little focus at all on selling 0 DTE premium. So I'm definitely going to shift a decent amount of focus there for 2026 when the opportunity presents itself. Definitely don't want to force anything, but also on the Mahomes, just a couple points on that. I have started trading that a little bit differently here in the last couple months, meaning I'm trying to scalp some of those at the end of the day, meaning I'm getting in and just kind of closing it out before they expire, and then letting some expire, taking some off, and so that's worked really well. And so I've had a pretty decent month this month, and traded more of those than I have in quite some time. So that continues to work well. I'll continue to do transformers. I do actually want to. I do want to put a little bit more emphasis on those as well. Now, these numbers can be a little bit misleading because they're always going to be positive. Because if I transform something, that means I've removed the risk, and it's got a minimum and a maximum kind of guaranteed profit to it. And so that's why I said I should have probably kind of broken out the 1DTEs along with the transformers, because some of these 1DTEs that ended up in this category ended up being losers, some winners as well. But these are all going to be winners because I would put them in here once I transformed them. But I still want to do more of those because those are really nice to be able to transform a trade, remove all risk, and let it ride for a potentially bigger profit. So we'll continue to do some of that. One other thing is, and this will go under the option selling category, is I have started just in the last couple of weeks here, I've started a wheel portfolio. So I'll report on that in the option selling category. And I do want to start potentially sprinkling in some additional longer duration trades, and not just day trades, not just intraday trades. So I will be, sprinkling in some iron ducks, some flies, different type of, a little bit longer duration premium selling. I've been working on a couple other things that I think might be pretty cool to add to that category as well. So that's it, my friends. Happy New Year. Look really super excited for 2026. Look forward to it. Hope everybody had a good 2025, and we'll talk to you soon. Cheers.